Real estate agents, don't waste another year trying to figure this business out. I've built wealth through real estate for over a decade, and now I'm handing you the blueprint. Visit itsmelarryb.com and let's get you closing deals. What's up? We're here with Real Estate Cheddar. We're going to teach you today the 4 biggest mistakes agents make on social media.
What are they? We'll find out as soon as this intro's over.
Let's go. Let's start out real quick. Let's talk about the new set.
All right.
We got the new set. First episode of the new set. So cool. This is going to be our first drop. Tony Viscardi is the man.
He's the
new
sign man. It looks great.
I know, right? It all turned out amazing. Hopefully the sound's a lot better. We got new stuff going on, guys. We're going to talk today about the 4 biggest mistakes agents make on their social media.
And social media is key for agents. I mean, it's like free advertising.
Yeah, and I mean, that's one of the mistakes. But first, we'll get into too much business, right?
Yeah.
People want to see you. You'll get a lot more attention as a real estate agent if you spend the time to show people who you are.
Yeah. It just becomes like a spam mail after, this is new listing, new post, just sold or pending or coming soon or open house. That just gets so repetitive. So you want to throw in fun things in there. Let them know who you are.
People don't realize that once the community knows, your community knows that you're a real estate agent, everything you do turns into an advertisement. So you can post a video of your kids riding on the boat, your dog, anything, and it makes them think of you as a real estate agent. So you don't always have to push that business.
Right. It becomes like, well, who is that person really? Is she just a property? Because people, they want people. They don't follow properties. They follow people.
People hire real estate agents because they connect with them. They like them. Okay. So as you hire a real estate agent, it's because you connect with them. You trust them with your biggest investment. And it don't have to be everything about real estate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We like to post about boat. That's fun.
Yeah. Well,
we connect with other boat people.
Yeah.
But my wife knows.
The one exception to that rule seems to be video. I don't know why, but you can post a lot of video if you make funny reels. I found if you make people laugh, they'll follow.
Yeah. Yep, that's true. Like, oh, he's funny. I'm going to give him a call.
We got a class on our coaching, itsmelarryb.com, about just these things.
Mm-hmm.
Simple.
What's the second biggest mistake?
Number 2 is no engagement. And I'm guilty of this. On the platforms I'm not on all the time, I don't always respond to comments. I don't always interact with people. And that is a big thing in the algorithms, right? So answering the post when people comment, making a comment on what they're saying, responding to their comment, keep the interaction going will help grow your social media a lot faster. And you would be surprised the people that you will reach if you just pay attention. So if you just post and ghost,
So yeah, they took the time to respond. You asked maybe a question or what's your favorite song on the lake or whatever that post was. And people take the time to think about it and, then respond, and then you don't respond to them. It's like, oh, well, I mean, I don't think they truly feel it right at that moment, but if it's something that keeps happening, they're like, well, they don't even interact. They don't even see my posts.
Yeah, over the years, I made a lot of good money and made a lot of friends off my real estate client. And it's because the interaction, if they feel a connection with you, and some of these people become like really, really good friends.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, that's what real estate is about. It is about making connections.
Yeah. Yeah. It goes back to the reels. Again, you could post a little more if you make people laugh, if you make funny reels about real estate. But again, don't forget, people will realize you're a real estate agent no matter what you post. Once they know you're a real estate agent, everything you post makes them think of you, right? So if they need a real estate agent, you'll be the one that's in their head, and that's what you're trying to do.
Yeah, because they might not need a real estate agent for years, or their sister calls them and tells them we got to move. Do you know a real estate agent? Hopefully you'll be, at the top of line.
Referrals are key in this business.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You said something about posting and ghosting.
Yeah, I mean, you people do it, and I'm guilty of it. Like, I'm not on Instagram as much as I am Facebook, so I post there, and I might not get back on there for a couple of days. I guess that's where we kind of need an assistant to keep things going, but I'm trying to do better. So if you commented on we're everywhere, right? We're on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. So, give us a follow. It's me, Larry B. We're everywhere, but posting and ghosting, and I do it too. And if you notice, my Facebook audience is a lot bigger than anything else, any other social media I have, because I babysit that group.
Yeah. Well, and you have that whole platform with thousands of people that are watching you every day, which is huge. I mean, starting your own Facebook group is a huge way to keep in front of your.
Yeah, that worked really good for us. We've got a really big Facebook group. We do a lot of charity work in there every year. And if you take care of your community, it'll take care of you. So community, social media is huge. We get into a lot of that in our classes.
The posting and ghosting, though, too, can go into like you're really excited about a listing. So you post and you post like 3 times that day, and then you don't post for a week.
Yeah.
You're teaching that algorithm that you don't really exist. So consistency on posting, not only responding to posts, but keeping those posts consistent and in people's minds, not in their face constantly, but be there. Set the time, or what did you do?
I've been scheduled in my post, and it really helps. You don't have to spend as much time, and if you get busy, it keeps on posting for you, right? So at least you've got something going out with scheduled posts. It might not be the exact content you wanted, but spending a day in front of a camera, making a whole lot of content, posting it all at once, in scheduled posts is a really good way to keep your social media growth going and grow your following. This business is all about your sphere of influence. 70% of your business is your sphere of influence. So if you had no sphere of influence, guess what? You had no business. So you're always trying to grow that, right? I remember, I was a jockey agent for years, and there's always going to be that trainer that don't like how you did things and how the jockey rode a race, and you're going to get fired. So you constantly have to pick up new business, and that's kind of how real estate is. You have to pick up that new business. So some of the people that you work with are not going to refer you. Now maybe their sister got a real estate license. So you're going to lose some of your spirit all the time. So you always have to be growing your spirit to have a nice book of business.
So what's the third worst thing agents can do on social media?
The big P.
Politics.
Oh, man. These people, and I'm kind of guilty. Not that I've done it in the last few years. I've learned my lesson. I'm trying to do the right thing. But you got to be careful in this world anyway, because some of the things that you post, a lot of people will take political.
You got to play Sweden all the time. And you can have obviously you can have your opinions and your strong beliefs, but you don't want to push it on 100% when only 50% maybe feel that way. So yeah, it's something to stay away from.
Yeah, you can lose a lot of business that way. You're trying to grow an audience, right? And if you do one post and you lose a bunch of followers, that's not growing an audience very good, right? So your personal opinions, keep to yourself, unless you get like, man, you got enough business to, don't really worry.
Want to lose 50% of it?
No, and I don't. I don't, but really I posted things such as interest rates are going down.
Right.
And people, oh my gosh, it turns it all political on your post. Yeah. Hey, so we've got to where really we care zero about politics, but politics does change the market and the things it does. And so keeping track of them things is very important to knowing your business. And interest rates, policy, the way that they do things, Fannie and Freddie Mac, their guidelines, all these things can change our business dramatically.
Yeah.
And you kind of have to keep up on that. But the political, I care zero anymore if it don't affect us, right? So the arguing, everybody's got to come back together and get over all this arguing and try to get back to the country that we know.
Yeah.
But the politics, don't do it. Don't do it. It don't matter what you think. Nobody wants to hear it. Nobody wants to hear that you love a certain politician. Uh, Nobody wants to hear that. And anything, and that don't just go to politics. It's anything that people might construe as political, right? You want to kind of steer away from that. And, and actually maybe even remove them people off your social media. And I know that sounds crazy, but if you got somebody that's constantly pushing things political, that person could make you lose clients, right? So if you post something that's not political and you got that same person all the time that turns it political, it's time to remove that person from your feed.
Yeah.
Because you need a positive message on your social media.
Absolutely.
You always want a positive message. Going in and saying your drama with your boyfriend last weekend, these are things you don't want to post, right? You don't. You want a professional look and a professional image,
Yeah.
and you want to look like you know what you're doing. And if people assume that your home life's a train wreck, they're not going to hire you to sell their biggest asset. So always a positive message.
Oh, positive message. What's the fourth? The fourth big was
And this is something that most people might not agree is as important as I do, but I see so many realtors boost posts. Why would you boost a post? Who's seen that post?
thousands of people, but probably no one in your local area or your sphere.
And you don't know who's seen it, right? You got no leads out of it. So you spent $80. So it's the brokerage's uh, problem to grow the name recognition, right? It's your problem to generate leads. So every dollar you spend should be on lead generating. Facebook.com/business, Instagram.com/business. You can make lead generating ads for the same price as you can a boosted post.
Yeah. It's definitely like boosting a post is like casting a huge net out into the ocean and hoping just to grab something.
Well, if you don't get somebody's attention enough for them to message you, you have no idea. That's great. You spent $60 and your post seen 3,000 people, but guess what? You don't have a name, address.
So well, maybe in a different country. Like
Yeah.
you don't know.
Well, you can dial your demographics now to where you want to be, but if it's uh, housing, it's very limited, right? Of what you can pick. So you if you're doing housing on some social media platforms, you're stuck with 18 to ever. You can't do any age. There's a lot of things you can't uh, uh, advertise, and you can't narrow down. You can narrow down the area where you want to be, but you still, that's great that 3 or 4,000, but you're going to spend a lot of money on ads that you have no idea who's seen them. And you want to lead generate these ads, right? Just say this. If you spend $60 and you get 60 leads and they're the worst leads ever off social media and they're 1 in 100, right? Then you're selling a house for every $100 you spent. Now you got to say that that's if you're working the system right. They're in the drip, and that may take months for that first house. So many people, new agents, there's a reason agents get in the business and out within 2 years. And one is patience. Social media is a game of patience, right? There's this stigmatism out there. Well, I don't know really what you call it, but that you just get your real estate license and you put a couple ads on social media and you're going to be a millionaire. I wish that was true. You really have to work at this as a job. It's 40 hours a week, and you have to be patient. For you new agents that are watching our show, be patient and consistent. It's just like social media. That's why there's only so many influencers, because you have to be patient. You have to be consistent. You have to post. Being a real estate agent and an influencer kind of goes hand in hand. And you want to be both, right? So you grow your audience. Facebook has algorithms, and they ask you to do certain things every week for a reason. If you do the things,
That's the girl's art. Like the platform you're choosing to work on, whether it's all of them or not, but it will walk you through. Like you're on a roll. You posted 2 reels this week, and your numbers are out. Try doing this or try doing that. It will literally walk you through the next step to build your spirit bigger.
Yeah, absolutely. Growing your stuff. Again, this all goes back to It's Me, Larry B coaching. Lead generated posts are huge. We appreciate you guys watching today. Thank you. More episodes coming. New set. We're excited. So we're going to be dropping a lot of episodes. Y'all make sure, throw us a like, subscribe.
We'll be back with you soon.
Real Estate Cheddar.
It's me, Larry B. Media. Hooray!
That was really good. Did a good job.